Madayao, that's a greeting in Davao.
Madayao?
Hello guys, my name is Rod, or Rod Runner sa crypto name.
Oh, ang ganda, Roadrunner.
I am the co-founder of Davao DeFi community.
I'm Vince Montero. I'm connected with Mapua Malayan Colleges Mindanao, so I'm a research faculty and also teaching in College of Engineering and Architecture. So I'm a faculty of Electronics Engineering
Wow.
and also a researcher.
I'm Ruben Lacumba. I'm the founder of Davao DeFi community.
We started this community a year ago. It's a non-profit, all-volunteer
Wow.
community.
So what we do is we educate local community and of course enthusiasts and curious minds by creating an avenue like creating an event.
We are more babad into DeFi, but we understand the blockchain in a perspective from innovation, education, and including VCs and how the ecosystem works, how the economics works.
So we started with meetups, then workshops, then eventually conferences. And lately, we've been engaging also with the academe. In parallel, also we're engaging with local government unit like DTI, DICT, the UST, and including NEDA. So we've been tapped as some of their innovation events as resource speaker.
Yeah.
With academe, a new venture because on the start we've been engaging with user, but now there's also another field which is the developers community. So we're targeting developers community and also users. We also created an education platform like we do weekly webcasts and Twitter space, engaging with different blockchain and DeFi products in this ways, trying to collaborate with them and to get the idea about their product and explain so that our local audience can have some idea also on how to navigate the space in that aspect.
By that, we are looking forward to have a good collaboration with the projects like ICP. So we are happy about nangyari today. When I approached PBW, Sir Nelson during the PBW, you were there.
Yes.
He was doing the Bull and Bear, right? I talked to him regarding the event. Any like plans to hold an event here in Davao.
And now we're here, a few months later. Sobrang strong po ng presence niyo, no? Both online and in real life. So, napaka-active niyo po in all aspects. And we're happy that we are partnering up for IC Bidilcam.
Yeah.
So, with that, what do you think of the event po? And why do you think importante mga ganitong klase like na events kagaya na hackathons?
I think this kind of event is very immersive, no? At first, it's very informative and immersive. And also, yung gustong-gusto ko is ini-invite ninyo yung other people na even with zero knowledge. And especially those people with different background, either you are a student, maybe you are a professional in the technical side or professional in other kinds of profession like, di ba, mayroong
May nurse kanina, may
nursing,
pharmacist, yeah.
This is a cool way of putting some effort, di ba?
Yeah. And I think napaka-importante po noon na to let everyone know na welcome sila sa space because there's always something for everyone, especially in Web3.
Actually, this is a great avenue because this is our first time to hold an hackathon. As far as my information learning, I haven't heard any Web3 hackathon yet. I might be wrong, but of course, since we're already 1 year old, we've been engaging with different events already here locally, but we haven't had any event aligning with hackathons.
First of many natin.
First of many, eventually. And the earlier part, we've been focused with the users. Now, at least thanks to ICP, it opens up like an avenue that we need to look into also on the development side. Personally, I've been engaging in this space and I really see the high demand for developers on the Web3 sites. This is a good avenue on helping the space and of course the industry that we be able to onboard at the same time empowering our students and academics for this opportunity.
So sir, since you are in the academe and you are into research,
Yes.
I would like to hear your thoughts po on how can we bridge yung educational gap? Because kagaya po na nabanggit natin kanina, no? So we were on a panel together. Kapag narinig nila crypto Web3, ay scam yan. So how can we change that narrative of misinformation around it?
I think it always starts with learning the foundations. Meron kasi kami tinatawag na sa engineering na elective classes.
Di required as long as...
Yes, anything relevant.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching some elective sa machine learning and deep learning. So,
Oh, I see.
and also I think one of the ways we can bridge this is through maybe student thesis or capstone.
Yeah.
Sa amin kasi, we have this kind of research focus for emerging technology.
Yun po yung
pasok
kailangan
siya.
natin talaga.
Pasok siya. I'm encouraging also some of my students to do research on blockchain.
Yeah.
I think I've been encouraging some students pero kasi wala pa silang immersion, sir. Paano yan, how to start?
That's valid.
I'm thankful enough no na na-meet ko yung sila Sir Ruben sa Davao DeFi community. I think I've met them because they're one of the presenters sa aming research consortium.
Yes.
And then they contacted me about this event. Oh, that event is very good. I've just brought with me my students.
Pero ang dami na po actually. Honestly, kahit iilan lang po, that's already a lot. Kasi
Yeah.
considering na we are at its infancy, and it's really nice now na ngayon, your students have been exposed, may
Yes,
exposure
yes.
na sila, and they have mentors now that they can go to, they can message kapag may mga questions din po sila.
Yes.
And we are building this relationship with you in the academy, which is so important kasi sa inyo po, nag-start ang pag-disseminate ng proper information.
Yes, I think nagsa-study ako ng blockchain. The thing is, I'm studying alone. And it's very difficult to get the right tools, the right network, the right information. It's very, very difficult. So I've met this community and makes it a lot easier, a lot more
Yeah.
comfortable.
Parang lumaki po lahat ng mundo natin, no?
Oo,
Kasi
ganun.
ang laki na ng network na ginagalawa, na dami ng enthusiasts na kasama.
So noon, I've just read and heard about this internet computer ngayon.
Now we're working together.
Working together, di ba? And some
Yeah.
of my students are dito
Deploying
sa hackathon
smart
are deploying
contracts.
something and
Wow.
I'm also trying to learn those tools. Nag-install na nga ako ng mga ano yung...
Kita ko nga po, sobrang active nyo din. Which is nakakataba ng puso kasi po, as long as meron pong eager sa space natin, no, people like you or kahit anong profession nga po yan, kahit anong edad, that's how we grow. And we do it slowly but surely. It's so exciting to see na our students, the grassroots,
Yes,
our
oo.
future are very much into it po.
I think this may be the first time that students are really immersed into this kind of emerging technology.
Actually, it's what we call passion in what we are doing. When we see people who are like engaging into the space, we are parang paid off of
Parang nabubuhayan ka din, no, sir? Kasi
Yeah.
you share the same, parang geeky ka about something and then, uy, ikaw din.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
feeling.
For us, that's a reward already. In terms of like tokens or whatever that we generate from whatever projects that we have, we give it back to the community. Why?
Wow.
Because the community is very important.
Kung wala sila, wala rin naman yung mga events
What's
na
the
to.
cause? What's the purpose?
Diba? This is for them, for the community, definitely. And yun naman yung main mission, vision of blockchain.
We are like happy when Davao is integrating to this. Doesn't happen. Why Mindanao? We love Mindanao because we met a lot of developers here.
Ang dami pong talents dito.
Ang dami dito na parang hindi sila exposed on what's
It's about
happening.
time na spotlight natin sila and give them the opportunity.
Exactly. I am happy na I work with the blockchain ecosystem or space because of the community that I have right now. I see it's growing every day. Kahit na we don't have any rewards from it, monetary rewards, we take nothing. We just give it back if there are. The value that we're giving is sparks the interest of a lot of blockchain projects, especially ICP. We are happy to deliver. Hindi lang deliver and stop agad. It's like deliver and continuously deliver.
Actually, hindi pa nga po
For them to
tapos yung
grow.
event na to. Nagpaplano tayo ng susunod. Ganon tayo ka-committed. Now, let's talk about Davao. Why do you think it's important po na we hold events such as this regionally?
One of the thing is there's always this kind of notion no, na from the three main islands, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, that Mindanao gets to be the last. So if we just have that kind of initiative na will always push through, especially sa emerging technology, maybe we can have more people to be
Mahuhone po yung
immersed. Oo,
talents
mahuhone yung
nila.
talent and
Yes.
skills. Oo. Sometimes we're just thinking about this kind of blockchain, this kind of technology. It's just for like first world countries. They're already adopting this kind of technology. Then why we cannot get this kind of technology here? Why can't we adopt this one? So this is a good start. Para at least naman maybe in terms of emerging tech, yung
Nangunguna.
skills and talents natin humahabol sa mga first world. And
Yeah.
maybe siguro andun tayo nangunguna.
Actually, ang nakakatuwa po, sir, I like that you mentioned na hopefully maging pantay-pantay yung playing field, no? Not only Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, but globally.
Globally.
With ICP po, they
Yes.
had this thing wherein they are seeing the potential of Asia. So gumawa sila specifically like Asia Alliance as they call it. And then nagbigay sila ng napakalaking budget for grants for developers. So kaya po nakakatuwa na hopefully maybe one of your students or sa mga ma-invite niyo po here or and sa mga future events natin ay makakuha po ng mga grants na yun. Because that's going to be definitely life-changing, not only for the developers but also for the problems na they are going to be solving.
Every project kasi, I understand, is the problem itself is scalability. Without scalability, even how good the idea is, if it's not scalable, if it's not applicable, if it does not involve a lot of connecting all the dots, the project dies. From inception, tapos napatay lang. With that, blockchain is very revolutionary. I was talking to them and they're saying na, is it ganito lang? Pagkatapos, paano namin ma-incentivize? Okay, so you need to add more dots. And then, if you can see that there's a cycle of the ecosystem, and that's how blockchain works. And then, your project will survive based on the gas fees that they are using because they are using your network or you're using your project or your program or your application to evolve.
Buhay
and then,
ni sarili
bubuhay
niya.
and themselves.
Yeah. You mentioned po na you are witnessing a high demand for developers. So can you talk to us po, kumusta naman po ang blockchain adoption sa Davao? And sa tingin niyo po, paano po ito makakatulong sa economic growth and just overall aspects or any aspects here?
Actually, when we started Davao DeFi community, it's really challenging because as we know, like particularly here in Davao, there are previous large activity which correlate to Ponzi scam, and the main proponent or product that they are trying to endorse is crypto as a front. And of course, because of that scenario, the stigma of crypto being branded as a scam outright, it's a hard push for our community to let them convince that there's another avenue for education which are more aligned on the industry itself. That's really our challenges. But of course, we're still pushing forward with our education in behalf that we can educate them furthermore and also to counter this proliferation of scams. But eventually, we can empower the locals since they're educated already that they can have a sound decision on things like this. The good thing is the community is really strong and we're really pushing up, we're able to gather. But of course, we are really open to collaboration. That's why we dive into scenarios like asking the help of LGU, probably the academy, so our avenue to wider our scope of coverage, not only simply the users.
I think that's how you start naman po. You start with, general enthusiasts and then parang you go niche, trying to provide something for everyone in the space,
Well, it's pretty excited because we started with 6 members.
6 members!
Oo.
Wow! And then ilan na po kayo ngayon, a year later?
Last time I checked, nag-400 members na already. So
Wow, that is an impressive
Oh, yan.
feat. Congratulations po.
Thank you po.
Wow.
And they're all volunteers. The core team is really dynamic din, a lot of
Yeah.
talents din. So we are happy with the support of each other. We cannot do it by ourselves.
Nakita ko nga po, so founder na kayo, member na kayo, stage manager pa kayo kanina. You basically can do anything, no? And it just goes to show again, yung level of commitment ninyo, no? In the space and of course, the talents that you're able to provide and add value sa iba.
And we'd like to give it back to the community, to those who are willing to join the community or even outside the community, because our goal here is not to invite them to our community, but to build a community by themselves. So we are happy that
Para mag-expand
yeah,
po, no?
so use us as a training ground, duplicate if you need, make improvement if you want. And then we are happy that Tagum is like looking another city here. Would like to emulate what we do. Also in Bukidnon, they'd like to emulate what we do, and it's very parang heart warming ba, diba?
You
we're
can
happy
see na
with
may
that.
ripple effect po talaga yung ginagawa ninyo. And ang ganda po kasi, when we talk about this, you're actually encouraging them to start their own community, no? You're not gatekeeping, hindi kayo threatened. Hindi nyo sila tinitingnan as competition, rather as partners in, promoting and educating po yung mga tao and the benefits of blockchain and Web3.
Exactly.
So now I would like to hear your thoughts po. I feel like with the students na nag-participate sa event na to, they all shared bright ideas, which is very promising. I would like to hear your opinion. Do you think po na developers, talents from Davao would be able to compete sa international stage? Are we ready for that? Or if not yet, ano po yung mga kailangan pa natin gawin to be ready?
I think anything is possible. Like for example, if you heard lately, I think there was a global competition that Filipino bagged part of the list of the top builders.
Yes, I saw.
As you can see, it was being published on the avenues. So in that avenue, you can really see that there are really an innate talent for Filipino developers. Now, with regards to Davao City, I think there's really a huge potential also. We just need to spread awareness and probably ignite some education in that aspect so that we're able to focus and able to dive in also on the learnings of that. And by doing that, by fostering that, for sure, there are so many innovative ideas. What's the good thing with blockchain and DeFi? Even Web 2 ideas can be incorporated outright on Web 3. So the inception of those projects are not really that hard. So they just need to adjust with regards to the technical aspect, like on the development, the coding. But aside from that, everything is migratable in a sense.
And I think ganoon naman po tayo mag-start ng mass adoption, no? As long as parang seamless po yung pagano natin, kagaya ng Axie Infinity. The reason why naging boom or nagkaroon siya ng traction the way it did is because laro siya, and that's a universal concept that everybody understood. And to be able to migrate everyone eventually in Web3, it has to be, again, a very seamless way na hindi nila alam na nakiki-interact na pala sila sa blockchain. And that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, sir, can you give a message po para sa mga Davaoenos natin na interested sila, curious sila, pero hindi nila alam kung saan magsisimula?
I think the first thing for that is curiosity. It's what drives you to learn. So maybe small readings or watch some small short videos on YouTube, and then you can start talking about it with your friends. Joining events, especially these kinds of events, hackathons, you will meet a lot of people. Maybe they're entrepreneurs, developers, mentors, educators. Then you'll have already a large network by just attending these kinds of events.
Kasi po, napakaliit lang ng space natin. No? So halimbawa, nagkakilala po tayo.
Yes.
I'm not only meeting you, but also your network. Kasi eventually, pag nagkita tayo ulit or biglang naghahanap ng partner, you remember that person. Parang halimbawa po, I remember now na you're in the academe. If eventually I meet someone looking for a researcher, definitely I will connect you. So, ganun po nagiging malawak ang network natin. No? So, that's a very good insight po that you shared.
Kasi sa academe, we're always having this kind of goals as our research output or contribution to this body of knowledge.
And we feel that, no, napakarami pong mga professors ang dumalo, which is, yun nga po, nakakataba ng puso.
We really value community on this aspect because me myself also, during my time, I've been navigating the space solo. So I experienced those hardship, getting scammed.
Nabinyagan na po kayo, no?
Of course, that's really part of the life.
Part of
And
it.
we don't want that to happen to our these newcomers because we know how it felt. By building communities, we can safeguard this, the transition, and how a new users, what we call it in our space, normies, to navigate. We can guide them on what right educations that they could implore and eventually use that would give them a sound decision on how to navigate. Because the role of community is just to assist them. By end of the day, it's still their final decision. No one can dictate. That's really the good thing with blockchain because everyone has the power to decide on how we set up. Unlike with, for example, corporate or scam, they suggest and everyone follows. There's a saying in the crypto space, never trust, always verify. Because in blockchain, you can always verify if someone is telling you all that information is factual or not. That's why we fostered this aspect, and as an advocate on our industry, at the same time advocate for our localization, we wanted to expand further more from different cities in Mindanao. Actually, we're eyeing the goal that maybe in the future, like ordinary people, like vendor, knows how to DeFi because of the learning that we pass on to them. And one of the good thing also is with community, if you learn from the community, you cannot really contain the information that you learn. There is really instances that you spill over to others. So that's how the community grows in that aspect. Me myself, I learned from the community, but I cannot contain the information. I build my own community also. So with regards to DBC, if ever we have opportunity, like for example, by 2024 to expand, we plan to cover all the cities. We're not fostering only that all this engagement will be going to the DDC. We are open to helping build your own community that DDC would parallel to help them also. It's not about us only.
It's always going to be about community building, like you said, because this is so important. Lalo na yun nga po, pag nagsisimula kayo, kasi ang dami na information out there, which is good, but also double-edged sword. Medyo mahirap i-filter ko ano ba yung trustworthy, ano ba yung tama, ano pa yung relevant.
Correct.
And I love that you mentioned po na someday, kahit mga tricycle drivers, ganyan, there was this event na na-attendan ko po sa La Union. It's called Buller Bear by Bitskwela. So basically, Buller Bear is a debate na parang ino-open po yung iba-ibang topics, ethical dilemmas, mga changes na kailangan natin gawin, no, or adjustments kung ma-adopt talaga natin blockchain, Web3, crypto in general. And then, isa po sa mga sumali na participants ay security guard.
Yeah, I saw that also.
Yeah. Ang insightful po ng mga tanong nila, no? Kasi parang, syempre, ikaw as an individual, you are immersed sa field mo. So, yung mga tanong mo usually, applied sa'yo. So, it's interesting to also hear from people na different sectors, encountering different problems and offering solutions to those problems. So, kaya I think the work that you do is incredibly important kasi po you are, again, providing avenues for different regions, for different cities, and for a lot of people.
I am inviting everyone, especially mga kauban ako, mga Davaoenyo, and also mga neighboring cities in Davao. We are welcoming you to blockchain space, to ICP ecosystem, because we are embracing every ideas that you like to put on the table. We'd like to dwell on it, eat with you, and dine with you. It's not a formal spectrum or
Parang kwentuhan lang tayo.
parang normal lang
Magkakaibigan
talaga.
lang.
Because here it's inclusive no matter what you believe in. It's very alive and we are interacting with real people. We are interacting with real problems. We are interacting with the current problems in the society. And we are looking for builders to like really solve the problem that we have in order to build a better place.
Well, thank you so much po. I feel like that po nang ginagawa ninyo will lead to that, building a better place. So, Sir Rubes, maraming
Yeah,
salamat
thank you so
po.
much.
First of many hackathons and
For
events
sure,
together.
definitely. We love to collaborate for sure.